prices. Now you can get that senior citizen discount at McDonald's. I ain't tell you how old he is, but that's just, you know, let you know how old he is. This first piece I'm gonna do is called A Forgotten History. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, I actually contemplated being Muslim. You know what I mean? Because I'm very much into like Black history a lot. I've always had like this thing for it. Until somebody one day showed me in the Bible, Hosea, when it says, my people should perish for lack of knowledge. You know, so that was kind of one thing that started me going to Muslim route. So I said, all right, you know what I mean? And I'm very into Black history. I mean, because if you don't know your history, you know what I mean, you don't know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to bear with me. I hate microphones really. All right. All right. It's called Forgotten History. All right. How come? How come so many of our young people are falling victim to this? How come? How come so many of our young people are falling victim to this great mystery? Yet they say they know their history. Their history. That's his story. But what about our story? To a lot of our young, this is still just a great mystery. The great mystery. The great mystery. See y'all, I'm sick. I'm sick and tired, y'all. I'm sick and tired of hearing our young folks say that Dr. Martin Luther King freed the slaves. That's why I got no doubt in my mind that to this day he probably doing backflips in his grave. See, they all know, but then they don't know. And if we don't tell them, then they won't know. You heard me? I said they all know, but then they don't know. And if we don't tell them, then they won't know. See, they all know Malcolm X. But do they know Malcolm Little, Detroit Red, or L. Hodge Malik Shabazz? Or what about how Malcolm used to like the Lindy Hop to that old ragtime jazz? Speaking of jazz, they all know Louis Knight can make the horns blow. But what do they know about an old New Orleans legend named Old Satchmo? It's like I told you before. They all know, but then they don't know. And if we don't tell them, then they won't know. See, all our young people know Mary J. Blige is the new hip-hop and R&B queen. But way before Mary, we had Miss Josephine. And then soon sometime after came another soul queen. Her name was Aretha. And frankly speaking, we all know about these old gimmicky rappers. We all heard Soulja Boy, Superman that whoa. But see, way before Soulja Boy Mama was even born, we had Cab Calloway. Hidey ho. See, and like I told you, they all know, but then they don't know. And if we don't tell them, then they won't know. See, I know right now a lot of our young people are hyped because they say, yeah, Barack the first one to run. But there's nothing new under the sun, because how quickly we forget about Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and the late Miss Shirley Chisholm. So now this brings me back to my original question, is how come? How come so many of our young people fall victim to this great mystery? Yet they say they know their history, that's his story. But what about our story? To a lot of our young, this is still just a great mystery. The great mystery, the great M-I-S-S-E-D story. Alright? So that's that mystery. I forgot to read my little book that Jimmy told me to do 3. I'm trying to think, y'all. I ain't really wrote nothing, you know what I mean? Like Jimmy was saying, you know, I work with youth and stuff. I work at a juvenile, you know, high security juvenile. And the kids always get mad at me. Okay, all right, then, hey, I feel for you, brother. You know, and the kids, you know, they always get mad at me because, you know, they call me the hip-hop hater, you know what I mean? They be talking about Lil Wayne and all them, you know, and I be telling them, you know, the stuff they rapping about ain't nothing, you know what I mean? It's garbage. So they always tell me, well, you write something better. See, me, I'm not a rapper. I don't got the rhythm for rap. You know, I just write poems, you know what I mean? And so they challenged me to write a poem, right? So I said, well, if I write a poem, they're the judge. I know it got to have a little street edge to it. So if it don't have a street edge, they're pretty much going to knock it out. They're going to be like, all right, man, this music is going to be lame. Get out of here. So I said, all right. So what I did is I looked back at, like Jimmy was saying, I grew up in New Orleans half of my life, you know what I mean? And I was in New Orleans in the early 90s when they had the real high violent, well, the crime rate never stopped. Katrina just slowed it down for a minute. But I was in the early 90s, I was going to school in high school and stuff, you know, and I got to see a lot of different things growing up down there, you know what I mean? And so, how many of y'all ever heard the term chicken hawk? Anybody ever heard chicken hawk?
Yeah, that little cartoon dude on Rhode Island Red.
Well, actually, chicken hawk is slang too. That's like when somebody watching you and they watch you to the point where you get annoyed. And you're like, dang, man, you know, a lot of times fights start that way because somebody feeling watching them. Hey, man, dude keep hawking me, man, you know what I'm saying? This poem is kind of dedicated to my grandma because I used to always call her chicken hawk when I was younger. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But you know, I look at them days now. I look back at them days, right? And that's what the poem is called, chicken hawk. You know what I mean? It's like, as I look back at them days of growing up in that mighty 7th Ward, I still remember how my grandma was standing in the windows for hours, looking up over the boulevard. And see, now my partners, they used to want to crack jokes and call it chicken hawk and eyewitness news at 5. But she wasn't really being nosy. She just was checking to see, make sure I was still alive. See, now I can always think back to this one day when me and my partners were just chilling. You know, we all on the porch just hanging out. Up pulled this blue 98. These cats looking at us, they're like, bring them out, bring them out. No time to think. All I heard was the shots rang out. Should I run or should I stay? You know what, we can all bang out. I'm gonna keep it real. I just straight ran out. But see, on that day right there, it wasn't really all about me. Because I got lucky. Because 2 weeks later, my boy Fast was chilling on his porch where somebody gunned him down with this little girl bouncing on his knee. See, so now when I look back at them days of growing up in that mighty 7th ward, I just count my blessings and said, Grandma, I thank you for looking over me when I played in that boulevard. I just wish that my partner's grandmas would have did the same. But sometimes we have to get on our knees and just pray for that change. So Grandma, thank you for them watchful eyes. All right.